All right, welcome into our 49ers Report postgame show. I am Chase Sr., and this is the San Francisco 49ers Report by Chat Sports. Today's show is presented by Manscaped. Get 20% off and free shipping at manscaped.com/49ers. That's the normal deal, but with this Black Friday deal, you get 25% off and free shipping at manscaped.com/49ers. Get that deal while it's hot and join the 9 million men who have put their trust in Manscaped with the best men's grooming products. So San Francisco ringing in this Thanksgiving evening primetime matchup on the road with the 31-13 win. Bittersweet for San Francisco to look at some of the pictures throughout this week and see Russell Wilson, Richard Sherman eating turkey on the Niners logo 9 years ago and then turn around and be able to celebrate by eating some turkey at the Seahawks crib. And San Francisco really dominant in this football game. Obviously, that's evidenced by the score here at 31-13, but they really took control of the game. It got a little bit hairy after a Brock Purdy pick six where he made an errant throw to Christian McCaffrey, went off his hand, it was picked off, but San Francisco here went out to a commanding 24-3 advantage. The Seahawks in the second half able to score 10 unanswered points, but then San Francisco responds as Brock Purdy threw a beautiful ball to Brandon Ayuk for a 28-yard touchdown. That capped off a 6-play, 64-yard drive. And with this win against Seattle, not only does San Francisco distance themselves from the number 2 team in the NFC West, who they will see in a couple of weeks after taking on the Philadelphia Eagles next week, but because the Detroit Lions lost and got upset by the Green Bay Packers this afternoon in Detroit, San Francisco elevates up to the number 2 seed in the NFC playoff picture with an opportunity to make some run at Philadelphia next week at Lincoln Financial Field as San Francisco hits the road and has a little bit of a rest advantage because they played here on Thursday and Philadelphia plays the Buffalo Bills. So once again, next weekend in Philadelphia, going to be a battle between the 2 top seeds in the NFC, just like it was in the NFC Championship game last year. Hopefully this time, Brock Purdy is able to play the entire game. He doesn't get knocked out early, and we can see these 2 teams at full strength going up against one another because I do think in the NFL right now, Philadelphia Eagles, the NFL's best team, and I do think that San Francisco is the second best team in the NFL, not just in the NFC. So much left to get to here on our postgame show. There's a lot to run through, but make sure you subscribe to the channel. Shout out to about 100,000 people who tuned in for our watch party here tonight. Let's continue to grow upon this number here. Going back to the Niners' dominance. Offensively, some lulls in the game after they went up 24-3, and I like how San Francisco was able to take advantage of Geno Smith tripping over his own running back, a Geno Smith interception that was picked off by Ambry Thomas, a fumbled punt, and a missed field goal. San Francisco was able to convert a lot of these Seattle Seahawks miscues into either big plays or points. It wasn't a dramatic night for this Niners offense. They only racked up 377 yards, but even when they didn't really play their A-plus game, this is how good San Francisco can be. They still put up 31 points on the board and averaged 5.8 yards per play, and they ran it 33 times for 169 yards. Christian McCaffrey was great, and then Elijah Mitchell, a couple of good carries coming in as the backup. The Brock Purdy pick six, really the blemish on the sheet for San Francisco in this game. How about the job that the defense did, though? And how about the job that this defense has done during this 3-game winning streak coming off of the 3 straight losses? Only gave up 220 yards. Geno Smith had nowhere to go with the football all throughout the night. Seahawks pass it for just 132 yards. And we have witnessed a turnaround from this Niners rushing defense, which after the 3-game losing streak was one of the worst in the NFL, and now over the last couple of weeks has been one of the best in the NFL. 49ers Report postgame show is presented by Manscaped. Usually it's 20% off, but Black Friday, Cyber Monday deal, 25% off, but you have to get it while it's hot right now. Manscaped.com/49ers. You can take a look at the brand new Lawnmower 5.0 Ultra. Nobody wants a hairy below the waist, right? Nobody wants a George W. Bush down there in the nether region. So clean your balls up with Manscaped. San Francisco is balling out right now. Clean up your balls with the best men's grooming products. And the new Lawnmower 5.0 Ultra is fantastic. The 5.0 Ultra Premium Package is also great. Couple of different products for a really good deal. Their boxer briefs, some of the most comfortable that I've ever worn. Ball toner, travel case. Get it all right now. Manscaped.com/49ers. We'll put that link down below in the comment section and in the description of this video. Safely trim your ball hairs with that Lawnmower 5.0 Ultra. Interchangeable blade, safeguard technology. You can see for yourself. Manscaped.com/49ers. Another big element of this game, outside of just the Niners getting a lot of star-studded performances from their star players, is how the defense played collectively as a unit. And when you go back to that Jacksonville game, San Francisco had 5 sacks. Then last week against the Bucs, they racked up 4 more sacks. And then in this game here tonight, the right side of that Seahawks offensive line was really struggling with Jason Peters getting the start. He got hurt. And then the Niners were able to feast. And they had 6 more sacks here tonight. So they're sacking the quarterback. The back end is holding up. And they're forcing giveaways. As far as the sack totals, Javon Hargrave with 1.5. Tashaun Gipson had 1. Nick Bosa, 2 sacks. Eric Armstead with another 1. Kevin Givens with the half sack. San Francisco was active in that backfield. And sticking with the defensive side of the ball, tell you what, that was probably Charvarius Ward's best game in a Niner uniform. He was following DK Metcalf all throughout the night. DK Metcalf had 3 catches for 32 yards, a long of 14 on 9 targets. Mooney Ward was great. 3 pass breakups, sticky coverage, really good instincts, turning around to address the ball. He tonight looked like a number 1 corner who had range, coverage skills, anticipatory skills, ability to make a play on the ball, addressing the football, the speed to go step for step along the sideline on a couple of deep shots. He was great, and I mean great. So when he's playing like that and this defensive line is able to generate a lot of pressure, this San Francisco team is complete. Chris Collinsworth, he said it during the broadcast. He's like, I don't know, Mike. Like, I don't really see a weakness on this San Francisco team. Like, here's a team that really has it all, and they really do. Offensively, again, they didn't play their A game, but look at the widespread production. Deebo Samuel, 7 catches, 79 yards. Brandon Ayuk, 2 for 50 and a touchdown. They utilized Christian McCaffrey out of the backfield a lot. He had 5 catches for 25. Ray McLeod, 1 for 23 to ice the game. George Kittle, 3 for 19, asked to block a lot. He did, 5 targets. And then Deebo used a little bit as a runner as well. 4 carries for 15 yards and a touchdown. There are just so many ways for this Niners team to beat you if they don't beat themselves. And when the defensive line is able to control the game and the back end is synced with them, you already have one of the best, if not the best, linebacking cores in the NFL at that second level with Fred Warner and Dre Greenlaw. And then offensively, Brock Purdy, 21 of 30, 209, a touchdown in that pick 6. Sacked once, but this Niners offensive line didn't hold up all that well in pass protection. Purdy was pressured a lot, hit a lot. But the last couple of games, he's really carried you, and tonight it's that ground game. 33 carries, 169, 3 touchdowns on the ground, 5.1 yards per tote. This was an all-around performance in a hostile environment against a desperate team that you just dropped to 6-5, and now you have a 2-game winning gap between you and Seattle in this division, and you'll see them in a couple of weeks. With that, your biggest winner from this game here tonight for San Francisco, I look at the entire defensive line. The entire defensive line for me, a winner for the Niners because I really thought they controlled and took over this game. Some more notes that I have. Charvarius Ward, great on DK Metcalf, as I said. Niners pass rush, fantastic. How about the play of Ambry Thomas? Ambry Thomas has turned in a lot of high-quality performances over the last couple of weeks. And this is more of a big lineup change for San Francisco that has paid off big time. They benched Isaiah Oliver. Hopefully the Niners watch the show because I was adamant about that. Coming out of the bye, that was something that they had to do. Bench Isaiah Oliver, move Deommodore Lenoir to the slot, and then Charvarius Ward and Ambry Thomas are your outside corners. Since the Niners have had that as their secondary in the 3 games since, they've been shored up on the back end. The pass defense has been really good. Now, it has helped that this Niners defensive line, again, has generated a lot of sack numbers, and the Niners as a team have gone 5, 4, and 6 sacks over the last 3 games. But this is the type of team that the Niners can have. And this is why after they went on that 3-game losing streak, I had said, look, they are not playing up to their caliber and up to their level. And when you have Super Bowl aspirations, you were held to a very high standard. So when I called them a fraudulent team at the time, they were playing like frauds. But now we've seen them respond to that adversity with 3 consecutive wins, 8-3 now, and they look anything but frauds. What is your favorite Thanksgiving dish? Have some fun as we wrap up our post-game show down in the comment section here. For me, it's everything. Hope you all had a great Turkey Day. And for those of you who spent it with us here on the 49ers Report, we appreciate you as always.